What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me, yet again with another video. I know I've been MIA for a while, but I've been dealing with some personal things, and now I am back home. And today is my first video on the news in the stock market in a few weeks, right? And a lot has happened since the last time I gave my review on the stock market. A lot of things happening. But today, right, at the close of the stock market, it says the S&P 500 closes higher on soft inflation report, and everything went up. So let's see what the market is saying. It says the Nasdaq Composite rose on Wednesday after a soft inflation report eased concerns about the economy and as investors snapped up, beaten up technology shares. I will say this, while I was gone, I did invest. I was paying attention to the news and the stock market. I wasn't putting out a video like I am today, but I still invested. I still bought shares of Nvidia, of Tesla, of Palantir, of the S&P 500, of my information technology ETF, of SCHD. I still bought shares because what you're supposed to do, again, when you invest and when you research these companies before and prior to investing your money, you need to ensure and have faith that they're good companies, they're going to continue to grow. And so even during down times, you will continue to invest your money. And that is what I did. So that's what they call buying the dip, because there was nothing wrong with the actual companies. It's because of the tariffs and things that are going on within the government around the world. It was affecting the stock market. And so, the prices of goods went down. Well, the price of stocks went down. So yeah, buy the dip, people. So it says here, the tech-heavy benchmark added 1.2%, while the S&P 500 added 0.49%, and Dow Jones Industrial Average was trading 0.2% lower. Though the tech sector is off about 3% week to date, right? The cohort bounced on Wednesday to lead the S&P 500 higher. Nvidia took a major hit these last couple of weeks, but it gained 6% today. AMD added 5%, Meta advanced 3%, and Tesla jumped 8%. So I'm glad that I bought the dip. So I made some money because now the price is going back up. Will it go back down? Yeah, the stock market is volatile. It has its good and its bad. But again, looking at the S&P 500, and you can do the research yourself, over the last 100 years, it has brought back at least 10% of your money, of a return on your investment. So that's something to think about. It says the Consumer Price Index, a broad measure of costs across the U.S. economy, increased 0.2% for the month, putting the annual inflation rate at 2.8%. This was lower than respective Dow Jones estimates of 0.3% and 2.9%. Core CPI, Consumer Price Index, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, rose 0.2% on the month and 3.1% for the past 12 months, both below expectations. So even though things that are going on within the government, the tariffs and all of these changes that are being made, job freezes, so on and so forth, these reports still do affect the stock market as well. So that's something to consider and to remember before reacting off of your emotions, right? So always think before you act when it comes to buying and selling stocks. So it says here, this reading is going to be a little dilutive to the stagflation narrative, and it is going to restore to some extent the policy flexibility from the Fed, said Dave Grisek, Managing Director in Investing Strategy and Research at Aspirant Wealth Management. If this inflation number was higher, you'd have some of these concerns weighing more heavily, like the Fed would not be in a position to respond if the economy continues to weaken. And the economy has weakened a lot, but it's nothing compared to the crashes of, say, COVID in 2020 or the housing crash in 2008, right? So President Donald Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs took effect on Wednesday, and Kennedy said it will impose 25% retaliatory duties on more than $20 billion worth of U.S. goods. The European Union also responded swiftly, pledging to impose counter tariffs on 26 billion euros, that's 28.33 billion worth of U.S. imports beginning in April. So that's 26 billion euros. Wow. It's like they're going tit for tat. So it says stocks have been under pressure as traders fear the escalating tension could trigger a U.S. recession. Part of the reason for the recent sell-off has been concern that President Donald Trump's volatile trade policy would raise inflation and slow growth, otherwise known as stagflation. This week alone, the Dow Jones 500, the S&P 500, and Nasdaq have all dropped more than 3%. That's just this week. We're not talking about the prior weeks that I wasn't reporting on, right? The S&P 500 briefly dipped into correction territory on Tuesday, down 10% from a record set in February. Over the past month, the S&P 500 has lost nearly 8%, while the Dow and Nasdaq have shed 6.6 and 11.3% respectively. Whew. So we're not surprised that the markets pulled down. Obviously, U.S. equities market have been exceptionally strong over the last 2 years. It's right to expect a correction, Gressick added. Okay, but I think once we get through this, we're in the very early events of these key fiscal policy changes. That's better news to come. But there is better news to come. Yeah, so that's it. Again, the S&P closes higher and the Nasdaq jumps at least 1% today. So that's why you have to continue to invest, people, and you have to do more than invest. You have to think about what you want your future to look like. Because while I was off the internet for the last few weeks, I saw how things are for a lot of people, how challenging it is, how expensive things are, how a lot of people can't afford things. Again, you have to put a plan in place, and you have to start now while you can. It's actually, I was having a conversation with someone. It's like I'm trying to mentor the person, and there are a lot of people that feel stuck. They don't know where to begin. They feel like everything is against them because everything, goods and services are expensive. They can't afford it. Again, you have to create a plan. If things are not available where you currently are, create a plan to move to a different area. If things are expensive where you are, if the cost of living, move to a place possibly where things aren't as expensive. But then I really don't have all the answers. That's why people have to start thinking for themselves. I don't expect the president, Congress, anyone to make decisions that are going to lift me up and give me all that I need. It's impossible. That's not possible. But what I do see are opportunities that are still available to people that they can take advantage of. And I'm trying to take advantage of the opportunities that are being, that I can see, right? Like investing, saving my money, living below my means, staying out of debt. I think I said that right. Not using credit cards for everything, not taking out personal loans, not spending more money than I make. So that's one thing that everyone needs to start doing. Thinking. You need to start thinking for yourself. Stop trying to give opinions on things you know nothing about. All you do is hear sound bites, or you may even watch the news, right? But you still don't know. And never expect someone to take better care of you than you can yourself, right? So just concentrate on you, because the answer is you. Everything starts and ends with you. And again, there are a lot of opportunities available to people, but for some strange reason, they're not seeing it. And it could be for a multitude of reasons, right? But that is something the individual person that you, or those that you know, have to figure out. I can't do it for them. I can help someone, but even I don't have all the answers, because I'm focusing on me, and I'm just sharing with you what I am doing in hopes to inspire you or to either maybe collaborate, or even you share with me, so I could continue to do better. That's all I can do. But I can't do the work for you or that person or that person. So, yeah. In order to do better, a person has to want to do better. I can't want something for other people that they're not willing to put the work in and time in for in order to accomplish. So that's what life, I believe, is about. It's a game. You have to figure out how to play it and how to get the most out of it. Because the things that we're chasing, what I'm learning, is not what we really want or need. Because you're going to get that thing, you're going to get that car, you're going to get that house, you're going to get that job, you're going to get X amount of dollars. And what you're going to find out, it's not enough. You will continue to search because there's something else that we're looking for, and it's not necessarily these material things. But again, that's a part of the game. So I'm going to end that here because I'm talking too much as usual. So again, it's great to be back. I'm back. So I will be giving, little stock reports or end of the day stock news for the remainder of this week. And well, from here on out, unless again something happens that takes me away from doing this, or mentally I'm just not in a good place to do it. Right? So you guys take care. Again, continue to lower your debt to income ratio. Get out of debt. Stay out of debt. Live below your means. Create a plan. Budget. Start telling your money where to go so you can stop trying to figure out where it went. And yeah. All right. So you guys take care. Peace.